Everyone, I'm going to give you a basics on how to use Canva. So I'm going to share my screen with you guys so you can see what I'm doing. On the home page, if you are creating a poster, after you get logged in, you have to sign up and all of that. So this is after that step. But this is what opening a brand new page on Canva would look like. You can go over here and select a template that's already made, and you can use that as your guide. I'm going to click on one that looks fun to work with, and then I'm going to show you a couple of the basics. So once this loads up for us, I'll go through some of the things I teach the kids. So the first thing is the zoom button. It's down here in the almost left or right hand corner, excuse me, so you can zoom in and out while you're editing this. The other thing I always tell students is right up here, you can rename this project. So I can type in like worksheet block 1. And then you can edit any of this by just simply clicking in to any of these boxes. Whatever you select to change will be in this blue box that shows you that you are about to edit that. So with Canva, there's a lot of layers you're working with. So you want to make sure that the blue box is around what you are editing. You can also edit a couple of things at a time. So I can make a box around the things, like say I want to delete all of that. I can make a box around it and delete it all at the same time. A couple of other things I always tell students. So this would be how to change our background color. We can do that really fast over here to the side. But what I always start off by telling them is, unlike Google Documents and Google Slides, all of your editing tools are over here in the left-hand corner, not across the top. So when they're looking for things, I always direct them over here. Your Elements tab is going to be your clip art. So you can type in anything you want to look for that Canva already has. I typed in flower, and for photos, it's going to be your photographs usually. So if they have any actual pictures of it, that would be where you would find it. Graphics are your clip art, and then videos are videos with flowers in them. Okay, you can again type anything you want into this box to see if Canva already has it. Now, what if Canva doesn't have it? Like there's a graphic of something out there that you want for your class. You're going to go to uploads. You're going to upload media from the web. So say you are teaching the engineering design process and there's nothing about the engineering design process on Canva. You can go to Google, search it up, find an image that you like, download it, and then upload media here, and it'll go to your pictures that you have on your desktop or wherever you can find them, and then you can upload that. So here's an example of something that the students made here at Camden Middle. So if I wanted to put that onto my poster, I would just upload it, and I can drag and drop it onto my poster. I can make it smaller, larger, anything like that. Another thing I show them is under more. Let me move this out of the way. Sorry, under position, you can bring it forward, back, middle, center. So if you want text on top of it, you would obviously bring it backwards or send it to the back so that you can type on top of it. So just like that, the text is on top of the picture. Now, another thing that I always show them, this is probably the most asked question ever about Canva, is how do I add a text box? So adding a text box is pretty easy. Over here to the side, they can choose like a large, medium, and small text box, but they can always change the size of it by dragging and dropping and just pulling it out like this using these little corner editing sides, or they can come up here and type in like the size they think they want it and then keep adjusting there. They can always change the font type over here by clicking on any of these. Now, some of these are pro, they have the little crown. Teachers are pro users, but kids, the students are not. So if they have a crown on it, they won't be able to really, I believe, like send it to anybody, or maybe it's just print without a logo. But there's all kinds of fun fonts down here as well. So if you kind of scroll down, you can look through them. It's pretty simple to delete. You just make sure it's around the thing that you want to delete and click the backspace button. And then the undo buttons are up here to fix it. I'm trying to think of anything else. So audio, if you want music to be playing when someone opens it, you can always add a song to it and it will actually play when you open it. There's that one. Delete that really quick. And then videos, again, you can add a video to this. It will play in the background or wherever you place it. Again, with videos and anything, you're going to want to position it backwards so that all of the other things you have on your poster stand out. A lot of times when I would use Canva, it would be for, like, we learned about Saudi Arabia. So now I would have a criteria of what I want them to tell me about Saudi Arabia, maybe the economics, environmental issues. I'm trying to think of the other standards that you have to touch, government. So all of those things would have to be on their poster. They could create an actual digital poster about the country, make sure to, hit upon these things, have a criteria, a rubric for them for that, and then allow them to be creative and use Canva to present a poster. So with our paper shortage, this would be a really good avenue to go because it's digital. The last thing I wanted to share with you guys is up here where the share button is. Always make sure the students go to this little drop-down box and go to share link to view. So if you create an announcement in Google Classroom and say, post your Middle East poster here, or your poster about the Middle East here, and they post the link to Google Classroom, then you want them to be sure that they choose the view version, not the edit version, because if they choose the edit version and they send it to the whole class, anybody can edit their work. So always make sure that they choose the view link and then copy link, and then they can post it to Google Classroom. If they're working with partners and you want to allow that, then you can have them click on the share link and have them copy that link, post it to a Google document and share that Google document, and then they can open it up and be on the same poster at the same time. The other thing I wanted to show you guys really quick, this is turning into kind of a long video and my internet's kind of slow, but the other thing you can do with Canva is video. And I personally really love the video because kids can create a video to kind of communicate what they've learned. So even if you do the poster first, because you want them to create something and really have some substance to it and have them think about it and write, afterwards, if you want to give them an option to create like a commercial about a country, inviting people to come see something going on there, or whatever the case may be, this is a really cool option because they can actually add this, what I call B-roll, to the background of their commercial, and it actually looks like say they're talking about going to Colorado or whatever. You would you would give them a criteria of what they have to do, maybe have a title on the first slide, and then they can add another one to talk about, I don't know, the mountains. Let's see, there's a bunch of different videos that will pop up here, and they can drag and drop the video and then tell their facts on top of the video that's playing. So if they're going to write 10 facts about, Mount Everest, they would come in here and they, fact 1, fact 2, and as you can see, it'll just keep allowing them to type while this video is playing in the background. You have them write a paragraph about some type of narrative that they had to write, or let me think through that for a second. So if it's an ELA thing and they have to tell you about the narrative that they just wrote, maybe on one slide they have the introduction and they're telling you about their introduction, and then slide 2 jumps to a different video and they're telling them about their body paragraphs or some sensory details that they put inside their work, whatever the teacher maybe wants them to point out, to make sure that they have that in their narrative so they're ready for that Georgia milestone test or whatever the case may be. They're actually physically going over what they've written now and recording themselves, showing you that they have all the criteria that you asked for. So I really like the video option. They can, like I said, put text on top of anything that they decide to make a video for. They can also record themselves. I think I may have said that already, but right here, if you click on record yourself, they can record the video that they're actually in and then upload that video to their Canva little creation here. The way they do that, because there's probably going to be a lot of questions, once they record themselves, it's going to drop it in their Google Drive. Typically, if that doesn't happen, it will be right underneath here where they recorded themselves. If it's in their Drive, I always tell them to go to Recents, and it should pop up right there. So it should be available pretty quickly for them. So the videos are here. The audio, if they wanted to add music, is here. But what I always ask them to do, if they're going to add music, go to the 3 dots and go to volume and take that volume down to about 2. Because if they have a voiceover, if someone's actually viewing it, it's extremely loud. If it's at 100%, you won't be able to hear them. They can play music behind their video, like while they're talking. But if they put it at 100% and play a video of them talking, you will not be able to hear them. So I always have them turn that volume down. Another thing I teach them is they can split their video. So say they want this background running through it, they can go to split, and now they can edit this half to say something, and they can edit this half to say something. They could take that completely out of that second half of the video. They also have an option of duplicating the page. And you can add a transition. If you want a transition between the two, you can completely delete it, or you can just simply add a new page and then create a whole new video here. Please let me know if you have any questions about this. I'm happy to share. This is something that I'm still learning about, but I love it. I'm starting to learn all kinds of really cool things you can use Canva for, and the kids think it's fun. At least they act like they are having fun. It gives them something different, and it saves some of our paper that we're unfortunately out of these days. So yeah, just email me if you have any questions.